Always talk about elections pitting one candidate against another candidate, but most races out there across Western New York this year were totally uncontested.
In fact, 80% of the 766 races in our region had no competition. Tonight, 2 on Your Side's Rob Hackford has more on the surprising numbers from this election season. Rob?
Yeah, Scott Marialis, regardless of where you live in Western New York, the most common opponent on your ballot was no one. A surprising statistic to us, but also voters that we spoke to today.
If only one person's running, that means it's only one party going, and it's one-sided. So it's concerning.
They think that nobody thinks that they can challenge them effectively.
To hear that there's not those people showing up for them is really sad.
3/4 of the races around Western New York happened without competition Tuesday night, including just over half in Erie, Niagara, and Chautauqua counties, and over 90% in Allegheny, Cattaraugus, and Wyoming counties.
We see it quite often, and it can be for different reasons.
Those reasons, according to Sean Donahue, a political science professor at the University at Buffalo, include a couple things, including first, strategy.
The party that's likely not going to win those seats, in order maybe to depress turnout of the majority party in those places, would not run candidates.
Political polarization and a lack of willing candidates in the age of social media and scrutiny are 2 other reasons he gave, which even former candidates agree on.
I've learned why there's a lot of people that don't go into politics, if I'm being completely honest.
People might just not want to put themselves through kind of the ringer, if you will.
Donahue added that uncontested races tend to have lower voter turnout, which is not good for democracy, especially given how many local races New York has. As for what the voters think, do you think if more of these races had somebody opposing another individual that, we'd be better off, or that government would be better off?
I think it would certainly drive more voter turnout, which I think is always a good thing. You get better representation of the people who are in the community.
I think it's really hard to serve in leadership, and we're also really divided right now as a country and as a county, so I think it's tough to come in with such polarized views and feel that you have to take a side when there's not always a side to be taken.
Yeah, with a presidential election upcoming, Donahue did add that at least in New York, these uncontested races typically disappear the higher up the political ladder you do go. Reporting live outside the Board of Elections headquarters here in Erie County, Rob Hackford, Channel 2 News.
Rob, thank you.